papa and awode eso yasne abenya bi ato showroom biemu latest from showroom bi abenya sanko ya papa bi na wato abenya fo atena se Honorable Alhaji Amadu Sorogo, a former member of parliament Madina constituency ono adjoining and so na lawyer Andrew Apia Dankwa movement for change lawyer so ewa ha Frederick Kofiame ade ono ma introduction de that but I say
ni hana introduce no ntimi minimum no
my introduction no ama matiefo
na yenya wa hande ni se ehunu
Frederick Kofi Ameyaw, head of information for Ghana's permanent missions.
Oh, New York, and I say
New York, yeah. And Kofi, to Tabila from Makwaba. I think that it will be proper. Say briefly, the USD no, Beshasi, Kofi at the adjoint chair, but around the table, does it come to you as a surprise? Lawyer, Mame, and shall say through her President Biden the decision to drop out of the race.
Mama, Akunya Enchia, a friend saying it's for Enchia, may offer honorable, and then we are Minia
Kofi Ameyaw.
I mentioned that dear, but so yes, I seem dear. I'm coming here, meeting me, and if you are some more, but the kind of pressure it came as I wanted to by I didn't so the kind of pressure I was on the tone so I wasn't surprised. At all. But meet diverse views. He say it is crazy. We say, but me I want to commend him. I want to commend him, say, at the end, or a patriot, or realize they say, at the end, the health or the circumstances, M1 party, one, but most importantly, M1 in mine, he was ready to sacrifice his personal ambitions for the good of the whole. And I think, say, I want to commend that attitude, and then I want to call on our politicians in this country, say, yeah, have a similar attitude. Sometimes, so one guy's also, as what I say, with circumstances, in your to the benefit of mine in particular, then I think you should take the kind of decision Biden take it. So me personally there, taking into consideration the kind of pressure on the tone is on. Yeah. Also I think Saturday night senators maybe say unia see form, but I think say it was a good a good decision, a selfless decision on his part to step down, and then I want to commend him.
As a person, he was not ready to step down.
Initially, no.
Initially.
No, but now can send initially position. But see, I'm for course. One can also have a regard to one can also upon realize this. Listen, I feel say meet my twaso, but they share the kind of let's see consensus I'm young party for then in my view I think say I need to take a decision having regard to what is in the best interest of my mind and my party, and I think say it was a good call. Okay. I think say right. Good, and I'll call on the politicians to have similar attitude concerning more personal agenda as against the agenda of the entirety of the nation.
Okay, lawyer Medase, lawyer Apia Dankwa, movement for change, and Alhaji. Biden's decision.
Better late than never. If he say or no, so kind Nintia or can say or drop out.
Yes.
But he say or man do and a party do. One for no one personal a year and seen any.
Yeah.
If he say and co person or co. Now the reason why no person or co say na ya na juni so na was obeti me BT Trump. And the whole thing na pushing man in corner no on say or co pesika chairman na busu ana say ni family na no or say baby America ko dru no ehian to aso na ono no office obeti me defeat Trump but odru baby no na ono an say yes because ojitu mu say you know the debate no one perform ono ajitu was it was one of the very bad day ono ajitu enti pam no twa no ni nyina nse macho. It's not late. Me dem if is America mo ba be history bi abakwa sem bi na America for ba ba ye man nyo nwanwa say at the end of it all American for benya a woman president.
Really?
Me na make a
I see.
Me pa na make a because so we me bunu no a omo America no ate say me bunu omo Ghana mani abre no sa no so ani abre omo fi say aduru ba bia nkokora no omo top no ya ma omo ntwen kakra na emabunu emra ena ne etoso nso no ema no hwe ma ne side American for mo libra akoya bibia Trump no omo abortion ni ne ka account no ema no so pipre edi mom ana ompo bia ompo bia sebe nteko na ni so nti me da me fi say a better late than never. I can't inform us so the president nyame mo ano no twawie a onko trafia na support bi owo bia no onfa mo Harris.
Okay. All right. Me that's it. Govi, what candidate say you saw this coming? But the few months to election, what should be the strategy for the Democrats now that Kamala is now coming to lead the party? Govi.
CJ, no clear woman say I don't think that it's very difficult to beat Trump because he has a record. Why president today? And Americans are fully aware of what he did. And at the time when COVID struck,
yes.
I was in the US at that time. And I don't think that the US will forgive Trump for the decisions that he took. And that's why they punished him in 2020. Okay. And only a 1. 2. Hillary Clinton and Trump 2016. It wasn't a better choice. It was just a matter of yabre fatigue. Hillary Clinton for no from America for they've been in the political space for 40 years. Now Clinton, your governor now or your first lady, I think in one of the states, Murphy. So she's been there for a whole lot of times. And then of course, unfortunately, the Benghazi issues. Libya, Sarah routes and the decisions that she took and everything. So now, your friend say US for no omo Hillary one for no kakra, but even that cranonia the popular vote near the other. So that Saudi shouldn't be a yastic say be a say the Vice President Harris bar on to me performing, and I think that even in recent times. I am aware if you say Trump, you are convicting of crimes. A lot of 34 counts. So, among the Republicans, among the deep states Republicans, he's popular. He's popular among the regular.
Yeah.
To say the Oba Ghana, you were core MPP supporters, and then we have core NDC supporters. He's popular among them. But when you come to the US winner, if you vote out US, there's no way I'll vote for Trump primarily because of the decisions he took during the COVID time. So many penny bayard say Harris can do something.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, US near one within the next 3 months, no. So I'm to me ye maybe now I'm Kenya kakra. Also I'm call early Congress. And then if Harris nominated me, choose Harris. Now, and then there's a call for Michelle Obama. Obama posted something on and social media, and everybody's calling for the wife need to come. I think they should respect the family. Let's move.
Yeah.
So for me, I think that Penny can say better late than never. He should have stepped down a long time ago. Long time ago. But yeah, sure we see. Yes, we are dear. But the decisions in the US do affect your friends in Ghana as well because
election outcomes
and whoever becomes the president. I know if you wouldn't say Trump be a president first 100 days or banning Nigeria from entering the US Nigerians say because of Boko Haram, Nigeria need be whether you have a green card, you have a valid visa or whatever. So whoever becomes the president, do have some consequences on our country. And yet 2004, because of the Republicans, in N1 for later middle four and come energy sector, PDS by later we cancel. So it's important that we pay attention to their elections as well.
All right, but that's it. Frederick Kofi Amaya of the MPP and Etienne and Kano. Well, away from that, maybe say the seeming the banter between MPA and its from example LPG Marketers Association of Ghana. In fact, Abaino rolling out the cylinder recirculation model, and started LPG Marketers Association of Ghana. Woman so woman juma. Woman so eton woman gas na bubugu cylinder over 20 Ghana cedis bibu amount, over 50 Ghana cedis bibu amount. Now both systems are running concurrently. Nina at the same time. And a comment by the CEO of the MPA and LPG Marketers Association one more ebu afukakra pointing to the fact say or say LPG Marketers Association one more opposite to the cylinder recirculation model, and so they are in quotes sabotaging the whole process. And on the LPG Marketers Association HSA and no credit. In fact, and pay many Gabriel Kumi Akasa Emma HSA from the inception since 2017 atomic accident AC incident in Namso almost transition plan moving from the traditional sale of gas to the cylinder recirculation. Plan B crash any honoma one more as stakeholders one more who be bisa. In fact, they even proposed to say and no any juma alongside na come on ton sell traditional gas one more any cage bi ho nanka obetimi do cylinder abaho nanka recirculation no air cost no mo so mo de no air cost esa, but it looks like it's not working. And no akofa san komo ya. But Alaji, you have followed this conversation because on this show ya di gas in common in ekeka the seeming friction and a misunderstanding between the regulator MPA and LPG Marketing Companies Association. Yes, I'm common as info. Alaji.
When you did kind of me feel say maybe na me tie nkrofo a from na omakasa.
Yes.
Ana obi nso a my chairman for mines and energy. LPG in parliament na LPG share say. And na the policy I underline the reason why you per se you promote to LPG gas no was also say you boase ne be ya kwaye no a so tia Sahara ne ba no ye beja nnuanu twa na se beti so na bidie share no ne kaka ho ba form.
Yes.
Until there was a deliberate attempt by government upon government leading to the establishment of the Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company. So ne be ya Ghana for ebe yusu now the problem I near work say no na gas. I was say either say gas no free amanone ba and Nigerian gas eba na any gas wa Ghana. And you na can be na Atuabo gas. Yamin Chade NDC under Professor Mills and JDM omutimi Atuabo gas. And now me no ka say a lot of the bottling of gas no free ho are buying save more than $400 million for that yearly. Until no I idea that ho na. Before then, it's Obekaya near war. Companies from Egypt,
Texaco, yeah.
Those are
yeah.
That this thing was happening. Obeko no na cylinders no ya feel it gas in kitting. So I'm not usage no nipa omo use no na so too much. Now you say womu asabi omako screw mo top no and then use na wo mo say bo mo ko school papa na nkrase for nkron keto na ya dia o mo ntaa use so enti na ntiase wo because na no so sami say mako school na mabasa me ba beto a me maso abia mehu. But going forward you say adena ntimi wo mo ntimi anye there were shortages because mo nyina no mo kwa ebiko ayi na ko fail air liquid our time ani ne kaka unti adin sem bibre bai and you decide say look because we say from time to time I didn't work conference so bakaya NDC time on mean kai obi anei na 14.5 kilogram no na 70 cedis and now me no ka say 235 cedis last week you mentioned about increment aba almost 200 and obi wo ho a onya sa sika no enti no ohia say ne sika be so no de akwa akobu. It has come to a point to say there are gas filling stations all over. The only thing I made me feel was here after that explosion or Mimi constituency because see Medina atomic I was there. Min for crabby pre-prime in your kaka home. After that, you know, he decided to say, look, Number one, and yes, laws in your laws in there, but the implementation, you need more enforcement, Neni ho papa.
Yeah.
And you make sure say, oh, baby, CBA, make sure say, why you with all the necessary checks and balances in case you say Jabba, Senabe. Number two, my yen see me. It was after that, you decided, say, look, even filling stations, Ukrano, my yen could see our residential areas. I'm sorry, say, Koso din.
Koso pa.
Medina, honey, abu.
Yeah.
We are boo be dying. That filling station show.
Okay, there's one area, Akwetema.
Yeah.
Akwetema, Honoma. Enchebia, Medesa, Honoma, the Babatuja. In fact, a chrome Nipan Tamupa. And a filling station.
Filling station.
Yeah.
Also, risk, offering risk now, I said, we try. You're right, one P.S. I think it will be a danger treasure. One the filling station show. Meanwhile, this policy is say filling stations in outdoors until you just a bit me avoid. And the Pamno Chano and the Koba say, look, marketing for women so bad together. I'm so look, send your bayer, I didn't buy easy. Now, Obia bet me and no, see can't bet me and no, obey me. Last week, your gas are sakura. Number 3 cities. Nam the man and I'm a driver. Sanana to make a call. Na ko feel bra and my wife just say now the man am the trainer na trainer dey nru ba bia o nam so 14.5 kilograms inte say there baby a price na kodru na say there bi nya no fa na mo fa bottle kese no nam si ne abenya bia no wo de fa hyem to ko na ne o se trainer ni say wa wani tua wo hu ye bogum woni problem wo tua de wo ko any amount say ekoba say sa bam pese wo san de sa cylinder redistribution ni ba ayan to boase ye ko ye nimu no na wo kira ase na ye turn alongside ni ye because competition there and my effectiveness and my obia ni bre se na be ye beko enti no se wo betu na nkrofo ye adwuma me ne Mustafa kan me di hu ya okakra because whatever it is no you can never succeed with even the cylinder distribution se wa nya cooperation from momo na omo tongo omo dadana untimi nyada ana me say ti say association ne ka kire Mustafa say look say ne be ya we kura be ya no ye ne nkaka akra but yensi cages our various filling stations wo say ne be ya me de me bottles no kwa metimi unlock no one see cages na Adom Nsem say ne ba omo so omo anka ho hwe another complaint because me metako Burkina metako Abidjan that is the work they do. They are practicing it. There are a lot of problems, but no cylinders no musu. Obi akwa akoto. What is the impression say ayama? Me pe kese wouldn't kitwa nkwa na aba. Kitwa imito a anso me even 2 weeks. O for so me saminto. Me bottle am de buy a brand new bottle makwa akoto me bottle. Me de ba ne wo ho no da. Na fe de ntakwa ni ade ba. Enti I feel say we hia ntakwa. Side by side will be anye. At the end of the day, no Ghanaians, yanya yetono. Nye be decide. Say whether say ye pese okwa ne usika tumi. Te say okwa koto crazy. Okwa koto petrol. Okwa koto gas oil. Usika nye be sono. No wato. Now the coffee. Me fisi ye nyinamra together. Nye weke but Mustafa one way regulator. Wanyo bia wonu eton. Enti no awase wotimi no wamu ye adwuma. Na say ye and it was very unfortunate. Okay. Very unfortunate.
Medase, Alaji. Kofi.
Medase. Maminchia ashefo ni etifo. Maminchia mpenifo.
Sure.
The edikan. I think since the establishment of a National Petroleum Authority in 2005, Chief Executive Officer Wabahwa pretty open door policy and transparency our new industry players Jumadin Sawoso Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid.
Really?
It's a fact.
So what has changed, especially on this?
Maybe the point. In fact, say Utie.
I see.
Utie Gabriel Kumina opinion or Kasa. Or the dance say Omudin Sawoso. And that is who he is, an open door policy. I believe strongly, say, in common or say a koso. Na Sebi obi enya ne chefa ewo dwumadi a ekosu because the essence of the cylinder redistribution and recirculation model no is to ensure say you be protecting lives and properties as a result of what happened. And we are in a year come you say a man for operative from areas are one share be proceed danger. Fortunately, somehow no, in recent times no yen certainty jashishi sir because of the measures they've put in place. The yen na nim Edi Adansi say cylinder recirculation it has been there before. Meka even Kufu Abre Sokrano Yadiana yeah na for some time no etekodai. What I say again, the deputy chief executive officer of MPA, Periokujato, Nano or press conference. Just so you know, CJ, any adometi for any ashefo, FM ashefo ni T4. There is a committee, a 50-member committee, to make sure say you be regulate this new model. No? And no, LPG marketers, ekahubi. Enti nkomo bia ekosu bia ne nhihye bia ekosu bia no. They are part and parcel of the decision. They sit on the table. So be bia ni wa MPA ya say be yeyi omo eyi free. Okay? That is number one. Number two, the agenda is to gradually phase out the traditional filling of the cylinders. That is the objective. Saying kakran, we will get to a level where, like other countries, even our neighboring countries now, cylinder recirculation model no kwa. So that in kakran with time no, you be facing out this particular the traditional filling. So they be protecting your lives and your properties. Yan kebi anshim na LPG marketers see omo adverts. But openi Nano inshemu ema penny or MP ano Dr. Mustafa eka some can say it appears that the marketers are opposing to the recirculation model. No, I don't think they are some can ye Yasimbia sebi is far from the truth because adverts. Me at least we have marketing understanding and idea because of what you do. Inherent in a competition, no, it's opposition. It means that you are telling me, say, mine is better than yours. So you are inherently opposing to the other side. And that is not the goal. The goal is gradually phase out. As a regulator, they could have said, say, you are stopping in munjai failing, no, remodeling. But now but all of a sudden you bring an advert that is saying that ours is better
because and common and say cause that engagement from scratch and course so now the marketers feel they are in competition.
Tobo.
Engineer almost also marketing strategy they will have to deploy it.
Me and make say the regulator is not saying say munjama juman and to you shouldn't work anymore. Any the regulator could have triggered a law that says say mamo failing no munjai ni use a cylinder recirculation nkwa. But that's not the case. But the intention and the idea ne say kakran said ye beya modia no betimi face out in a couple of years or in years to come. Now, if you are advertising, saying that yours is better, so it means that you are telling the country, the regulator say, Nedia no emwa, so people should come for you. It is a man for jai, and now people don't patronize the recirculation now. Gradually it will collapse. So what will be the intention, the idea now? To abino and now money no. Then you've defeated it.
Almost say abino stroke competition.
And I make us inherent in every competition. It's an opposition. Meboa. No, opening. Or you see where we say common sense. Gabriel Kumi, and you see where we say common sense.
Yes.
And I'm saying in marketing, in competition, inside competition is opposition.
Not just and also apply to MPF also. And also apply to the same
Honorable MPA is the regulator.
Yes,
and the regulator has an intention. The regulator has an intention to gradually phase out the traditional filling of gases in our cylinders, and thereby bringing in the recirculation. And then that is the intention of opening.
No, but don't you think that it is fair for the regulator to carry everyone
exactly
along?
And I have said earlier that there's a 50-member committee. LPG marketers,
yeah.
And part of that committee, they are represented. So there's no decision made by MPR. Marketers no count.
Okay.
What I say?
They opposed and they were
They've never opposed. They've never opposed because I know they've never opposed. Oh, I mean to me can't say.
So you can't speak.
No. I can speak because
you can speak for the committee.
I know what is happening.
Kofi, si fama me na me call lawyer.
Minsi from Crown. There may person mechanic say.
Yes.
The impression should never be created, especially opening Gabriel Kumi Umbra from. And I have established here. And the industry players.
This is people's investment.
Oh no! But the regulator has not said say Omunja Omejuma.
That's what the regulator is trying to do.
Never.
I want this.
Mustafa Hamid will never do that.
It's not him as a person.
No, that'll be
it's the institution.
He's the head of the regulation, right? And of the authority.
Yes.
And I'm saying that the authority has no intention of collapsing the businesses of LPG marketers. No. What we are saying is the overarching goal of the model is to ensure that Ghana will come to a point where Ukuta, Uko Biabia, Ukofa Tuana, Udubefi Nessa, no Asadia, no Akojiaba. Dan Sabia Beko baby, ni bu Jaframano, a good one. And no ne botaya e si aban eniso enti eno na ye boy ho modern say ye mfesi out de ne ye ne dada no kakran enyina ye ye ho adwuma na obi anya endidi na mo no say odi sabi de hubo bi ba ana de hubo bi ba say odi eno na ye papa na we di eno nye papa. Inherently and indirectly, you are saying that they should stop the model and still patronize the traditional way of doing things.
Okay.
And only defeat the purpose.
Kofi Midase, lawyer. So now this is a case of competition and change. So where do you stand? How do you see this whole?
The MP boss and we from the come. For me, I don't even see the issue of competition and opposition. And speaking.
Oh, really?
What's the issue? Issue is the MP was say LPG for no association. We against CRM.
Yes.
That's what the MP was.
Yes.
And the LPG for association for said no, that's not all canon. And you're not correct. They are not against the CRM. So that's the issue.
Yes.
LPG association for the because we feel say NPA boss no is route information into the public enter because I'm going to say association for no be against the CRM.
Yeah.
That is not true. We are not against the CRM. Well, you see, in the spirit of engagement, and they also introduce a model. So, any idea? Now, how do you implement it? Association, they have a way you can a bit my enhance CRM, and their view on case say MP from one permits no one build cages. The various we say no to enhance the CRM, and the view that two MP what's the baby? So so we disagree with our position that really is not against the CRM. In their view, they will rather enhance slender remodeling friends winner. Then why do you come out to give information as if they are opposed? When really all what they are saying say we think we agree with you, but we think that we should do it this way. So for me, I don't think the issue here about CRM position or support of CRM. I think the position here how people in leadership how they manage or the failure of bringing on board industry players for a certain goal. Because even yet, as I say, didn't say introduce CRM because of the threat of the traditional method not to life and property. Because I say you introduce CRM no. If that's the purpose, say the way the traditional way the tongue gas, to us there's a high probability or chances or risks that lives will be lost, properties will be lost. Into here introducing modeler a reduce exposure to such dangers. No? Then inherent in that purpose is an obligation on you, the leader, to find a way of engaging industry players, to sit down together and fashion out the best way of undertaking some process now. Who believe we say reduce the risk of loss of life and property. So what I'm for say, Nancy, you leaders and because you may have a very good idea, excellent idea. Not to me argue with any idea. The focus is say protect lives and properties. But then how do you implement it? How do you get the buy-in of more sector into sa process no? How do I say the person will say yes, yeah, you leaders because if really what the LPG for association kind of then really this statement even makes engagement procedure and bring on board a bit difficult. Before say who throw out information and enter because the whole thing as if LPG association for against CRM, but they say no, they are not against it.
But even they are against it. They won't say it publicly.
No, but for me, I don't know what is in your head. So what you say is what you understand. I don't know your head. And a young communities, I say, I'm not meetings. I'm not meetings now. So right now, MP boss, what can be? Because you need a meeting. I'm
not MP boss.
I'm not saying I disagree.
No, he's not said he disagrees.
I mean, come if you have who I believe.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
I'm just asking a question.
No, I've not said anything.
I'm not saying you have.
But what I'm saying is that my understanding of the issue is saying, and yeah, about whether or not MP boss any LPG association for no, or more disagreement as to the implementation of the CRM. That's what my understanding. My understanding is the disagreement boils down to how they think that CRM has to be implemented.
Especially when this morning I posed a question to Gabriel Kumi on a transition plan. And he tells me, say, from the onset, one transition plan is be
and he's even saying,
and the payer I say.
As a means of enhancing CRM,
yeah.
There's a way of handling it. So for me, my view is that the issue planning about CRM is about how people in authority, their failure to bring people on board regarding policies are because if the problem CRM is supposed to solve
So you said this like 4 times, failure of leaders to bring. But how about you can also have the associations who are also not helping?
You are the I never helping. Who now your leader? Who now your leader? Not leadership.
Mama lawyer. Yeah. Lawyer.
Who's the owner who your leader? What is all my direction? What is all find a way in using your leadership skill in getting the people to buy in. And one of the critical skills.
Can we also say from the onset, leader take a position a money difficult for these marketers to even maybe somehow come up with.
That's what I'm saying. Certainly no. Where you the leader If the marketers need view and say
yes, sir.
We are not against the CRM. However, we feel say there must be a strategy at implementing some policy, and they are even claiming say to better enhance our CRM and all my building cages. And I really don't know beyond say what as in worry fees quickly no joining to the media space.
Kofi
what media space I say they are opposed to the CRM. Now, what that does is that it makes you, the leader, a bit more difficult for you to get the buy-in of the association.
Exactly the point I was trying to make.
Yeah. Because at the end, you know, young guy say a democracy, a dictatorship. Because now I can say law. But there are so many instances about for implementing laws without the buying of people are lost. I need you. Because
I get your point. Point well made.
So many laws are on my part. The fact that we are regulator. Now what the power to make regulations doesn't mean say you can bypass the buying of industry and just make laws anyhow. So for me that is the issue. I don't think say necessarily a opposition or competition. My understanding of the issue is say association for don't have an issue with the CRM. All they are saying is a minister implementation on such a way say it will get on
why can't after this now what problem why can't you just withdraw and then re-strategize? Mimi didn't say there was no need to have gone even to say the marketers when we are against the policy of you take your time, you withdraw. I mean, it doesn't mean say Obia defeat you. You now steady and then come out strongly. What? Why? Because already when him say, even as we talk now, Uncrofor the cylinder, Saban Uncrofor fee gas. Oh, Betty, cylinder gas nabo. You send your cylinder. Me madina meti kwabenya South kwabenya. The beer truck. Nanse na jai. Ababa nti wo say ya odi. Omukra do mu we. Uba no ma yesi ho. Se na be hu sampa. Ade no aso. Ni nyina no a process obi a try. Down the day no ye pay the best for the country.
Okay. Me say make progress to other.
Wait 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You see, let's not forget Sebio MPA boss no. That's Abrao sorry Yana or engage. In fact, it was a conference and I'll make that statement. Okay. He made that statement coming out of the advert LPG marketers near them. So it's not like okay, you are opposing for opposing sake. Because of an amontobia LPG marketers and 2 years. But lawyer can say and I think that too late. We still can re-engage and engage. What I say. Because and I believe strongly said the MPA that is not seeking to maybe a collapse. Of course, LPG marketers this were dear no my say their investments and their businesses will be protected. And then a year on my idea or mushu. And I believe strongly also that idea MPA form Mpensenpensenmu. So he's not around. When he comes back, I'm sure they will re-engage.
At the end of I say, what is he saying?
Regulate
what can you advert
Yeah, we gas aba. Get your filled gas from retail outlets or delivered to your home through the cylinder recirculation model. CRM, Government of Ghana, and MPA.
Exactly, MPA.
Yeah.
One more year advert. They want people to buy into it. And Uncle Fonso say, I'm so see a advert. No. Say, meba. Yentimin to a be a field, and to no baby, I want to bear me no. If he says, I'm sick and he handles this crime, me call. And at the end of the day, no, what Jumano, what bomb in a chair, what do? At the end of the day, no. So yen a month for fields that they are secured.
Okay.
More at this. You'll be never catch and the phone say,
okay.
But for now, no, it shouldn't be something like kitty to go to the press and say they are against
the press.
No, it was a conference.
It was a forum. A forum. Okay, so I would want us to make progress. Yeah, there are other issues. Maybe see about 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock. About 10 o'clock, sorry. Okay, so there's this Nanabi comment. Baumia ready to debate Mahama, even with Esiodun Ketia as moderator and at JM's office. That is here. And then His Excellency, the former president, has declared that they will make sure, the NDC will make sure that every single vote is counted. And I would want us to deal with this issue, the debate issue, whether or not the NDC already, one more, our reference, are responding to IEA. On the debate saga. Kofi, mami shasi info.
Sir debate, me tells you, I don't know what the issue is. What's the issue? What is the issue about debate? CJ, I'm lost.
I mean, who is ready for a debate and who is not ready for a debate? Whether or not the NDC is willing to debate the MPP.
Obviously, the NDC is not willing to debate, and there is a fact. One person may debate, no. But I'm saying that why should that be an issue? Back and forth, debates. Debates. But what I say, one person feels like, oh, let's do it, because a bebwa for electorate in their consideration or decision to elect who becomes the president. You know. Brian debates because also why you way miss my way, and debate is part of democracy. Ya ye bida, nyesi ye bida. On my way ya ye bida. Make as far back as 2000. On Mpensenpensenmu kufuani J.E. Mozi bione sa doctor they all did it. And then we say 2004. I don't think we did it in 2004. Yeah, what I say. About 2012. And I mean, CSI 2016. And a yanye. And 2020. Yeah. I hear 4 years more. Efre say, omo pese omo ye debate. Omo na sebi. Omo ye biya kama. See, I don't see the reason why it should be a discussion when we are in an election year. We should be talking about policies. We de beba, we should de beba. A bit me abo mana cost. But that notwithstanding, aba you also a kind and once them. They mean to NDC for nothing. Say one. Say you sue as a front. No, it doesn't mean to say. How is that a front for the New Patriotic Party? Does it mean say a debate no? It will expose the weakness and the emptiness of President Mahama and the promises nana. 2, say the candidate of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, should rather engage the people. But he has been engaging the people all this while. In fact, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the vice president and the candidate of the MPP, represent the government's policies. And government policies, they are being executed, implemented by the ministries and the agencies. Every week, Oko Ministry of Information, they are accounting to the people through the media. Omoye press briefings, invite the media to come and the media will ask questions. So we are accounting to the people. The campaign, Odru Babia, of Red Domba, Dwaso Nsem, and your Mudin Komo, Sa group who do Oshiamo, on your Mudin Komo, Ebimu Asembisa or Mubisan. So he's engaging the people. So for me, if there's a reason why they won't debate, that shouldn't be a reason at all. What I say? Bankami mepe, ebemefe, say the Obi debate into who say Otosnino. Into what you are and also on baby, you know. Ebianka sa debate national. You be who do Otosin or now, yes, we are making a decision, and then this is for your mum debate. It's okay, let's move on. I don't know why. I mean, I be Alaji Bechem Dientia or mum debate. And please, Alaji, I know, say, would you may do it, may two dinner. You won't go with how the usual Bawumia has nothing to say. Sanyo mana sebi in Klanegi can Alaji Bema me a different reason. Otherwise, the Amo Canadian Alaji me say any day me to do no. If I mention that be Alaji me bisa. Any day one year Alaji na abotire. Me say some reason na mo man say enuntimu ma debate ni Alaji Adabraka. Mon kona mo sambra biu. Ma baba ko. Ebi mo so 170 questions bi won kon answer no abe debate. No Alaji sebi. It wasn't. He didn't even ask a question. He made a statement, and he asked.
He has 170 questions.
No. Please, he made a statement. He made a statement, and he requested the NDC to comment on that 170 statements. What I say. So for me. So Ubi Sami Padia, I think it's about Kusru.
Why is true?
Oh, the say the NDC and then President Mahama almost show debating.
But that's it.
Because the debate will expose his weakness and how empty his policy is.
That's it. Alaji.
2016 now, 2020 now.
Yeah.
I beside debate. I go for the say debating here. Now other want to debate here. Bawumia can say debate high prices. Master. Oh. So you have the floor. Masa, forget about that. What is the essence of debating? I didn't know what debating. Oh, quite a man for Ghana for say, me will say, ni meet me. And answer will be quite what's in the office. No church or question. A church or question, Nipa Bako institution, a church or question. No, abekase unit na ha, wenzuntra, na question the watwama. Now, when watwama we in the first place, as to whether say question here, the amaba umian. Yamfa manu, hey, ya pekram prepare answers, ni be a man, Baumian Timin debate, John Daman Mama. The essence is not about ye osrana onsro. At the end of this debate in the Baba. I have one as all mobile debate and so on. See the I Germans ayana. Tempia no frame. Oh, Minia, Pacho. Nikuno, Germans, who friend Abisan so him Sorwana, Sabio Behunu. No frame. Davinami a charm and to tempio debate or not take it telephone frame. Say, Charmai, why am I against that you? And I need Dr. Mensa. Massa. The problem is say, I didn't debate in a susam me, maba. No matter say, look, and then me pressing you now. Yeah, select you. And say, press was Pabra, Opa, say, Dabi, Muni Nara Mumra, Muna represent Ghana for everywhere. No, maybe some questions are Mumu Fee say, and Hamu answer Ghana for our Massa, can you compare the 100 press media no, to one IE? I will know what to say. Or no problems in this anyway. No, why your questions what be sir? In the second time, is that what is important now? At the time, who told 16 cities? Who told $16 cities? At the time, who told petrol 70 cities a gallon from 14 cities. Is that what you think is necessary? At the time, who told cement from 24 cities, yet 110. Is that what you think is necessary? At the time, was school pada at your books. Kurukura, omuche books, classroom, omuda block hospitals, be beyond Koso, NHIS and another. Agu, is that what you think it is important now? Masa, now what kind of paracetamol?
So you think
what I'm saying
with
is
all these issues,
it is completely
debate
irrelevant. 4 months to election, debate. At the debate, the biggest debate is so unfun home common president is any JTM. A bien who's a press will be amra. Near Uncle beside what we say. Oh, Massa, as many as Obia, no, as many as
questions need be answer.
Baumian Conono so avoid DB. Michasa Baumian Sonko, near Bisana no avoid DB. What I'm telling you, say, the man is hollow. The man is the head of the economic management team. The man is the vice president now. Bibi Owa, he should do it now. Papa na bon, wajani for economists. Also watch $1 no at four cities. Also what you say, he doesn't also call digitalization. He's completely confused. The number of lies are working also. People will ask him, say Pualugu, a multi-purpose dam no car say what build no. I was he saying. He wouldn't know what to do. And we would not even waste time. Look, let me tell you, Baumia has lost relevance, number one. Walusu credibility, number two. Opebe be a man for who's other so tiasio Baumia. No person will use JDM.
Really?
They are not ready for that. Walusu relevance, Walusu credibility. Nelais no is everywhere. He came out for
but don't you think, sir, it would probably be on that platform to he will give him an advantage to even expose, Baumia the more improve his relevance.
We are not interested in killing him. We have already gotten what we want. Ono we didn't throw na manakosi. Ni anza nkokunu. Obasi anko na chanu wa collapse ase John Dramani mama after debate no. Te say na chinia ose chinio se hwan ekwa debate basintalia ade chinya tam no to hospital no. O chinia akwa na kwa say John Dramani ato stay lancer umbisa no afa omko fa dosia ono ni dosia Nyama wato, lancer wato, sika waji, ni minister, RPQ no, ni nyinara studio. Hey, Chinia, Deputy Minister for Environment, Science and Technology was today. It was embarrassing. And ya no ni epedi ama Baumia.
Alaji
say ni say Baumia, uwo bibia, nyani say, You may be saying, say, I didn't introduce baller tax, COVID tax, e-levy, bed tax. But me our presidents went to me and away. Near me, son, and one can say, oh, me, what's why you mate? No, be your mate. Only license. I don't go debate driver.
Okay,
so he should go and take a license, clean himself, and become a driver. Then a driver can debate a driver. But how can a driver, experienced driver like JM, go and debate a mate?
Me that's it. Alaji Amadu Sorogo. Me that's it. Lawyer.
And because you see, am I reducing elections into legalities? Oh, they want to enter here. The first issue is Ghana for options or more. No,
is it only John and I didn't know.
Alaji.
Ghana I know what my first one. I'm say choices are Ghana for one, and you just either Baumia or Jomama, and you don't your options. Another lunch maintain so a option. Oh, and now two. Fortunately, public friends saying officers for a very long time. Meaning Baumia for at least the past 16 months, years, all public space. Joama, the why president, the why vice president, the why minister for a very long time. Alantamanus, the from Tamanoya and protect boss, the impact friends and building enterprises. Yeah. For me, elections, I don't know why I'm supposed to vice president award debate because over vice president, me at least nim de obitmaye nim how or drain nim the contributions to the lack of credibility leadership, political leadership CCR ewo okojina Madina a friend say UPS MIN a friend say innovation yeah kai paragraph 67 also no na do money to me said on transforming economy salo ka che paragraph 67.
I can tell you what he said there.
Paragraph 67. So remember, quote paragraph amount.
Economy,
that's paragraph 64. We have time. What to talk about? Never said. On rebate in paragraph 67 or say Nanado a tax on Baumia say on transforming economy. No?
Really?
Yes, be paragraph 67. Where in paragraph 64 no or tries to call to a friend saying son say my friends whereas finance minister handle fiscal no Bank of Ghana handle monetary no a deal with digitalized in 64 but in 67 no or say Nanado Emma no the duty to transform the economy, and his approach was to try and use digitalization to formalize the economy. Paragraph 67. His Excellency Dr. Baumia. The fundamental failure in Sahara's ability to transform the economy. Certain very bad decisions they took. One, what was the wisdom in deciding to spend 2.1 billion on NAPCO? Our Obeka chair said NAPCO no, it will create 100,000 jobs which are temporal. And you spend 400 million cedis on the most transformational program policy. And 1D1F. Abumaka chair says 1D1F must spend just 400 million. No, it creates how many jobs? 200 times 400 million. And just upon check it. On check it because I think his tax was to transform the economy. He decided to do so by formalizing the economy. Now, formalize the economy. I went to build the capacity of our buying to give institutional support to SMEs. Then and obviously formalization, also through digitalization. Now, how can you formalize the economy without giving proper institutional support? In terms of providing, SME, just about to SMEs, in terms of more proper financial inclusion. Also, kind of great transformational plan, Yes, say Alan Chamati be the president, or say or be the president. As part of the use of the fiscal policy, because Indians are buying, role of buying play on every economy be a fiscal policy and a monetary policy. Fiscal policy, how we generate this car and how we spend this car. Also transform the economy, transform the economy. When to me and use fiscal policy, no, for policy be by my banks, no, we use Bank of Ghana, fiscal and monetary. I'm what we call government loan guarantee scheme. Now, come edisika from SMEs, no, and come over to me as an incentive to cause SMEs to be registered because in himself one of the biggest problems of Ghana say, the huge size of the informal sector. No. What be vice president? Only amount of tax and say transform economy no. Why entertain time? See, I say President Kacha said the hatterization of the city. So Oba solve the hatterization of the city. So city is saying, don't say hatta no. No saying. 4.2 saying.
Okay.
State grabbing, you move grabbing by champion yes or talk about property. No, but what was your position on it? Because we vice president is here. Is it a man after such a monumental failure, man by diverting attention with said debate? Debate for what? And you who the ubet my you who the control leadership are no Odamayen who your debate and then to think say you want to give Ghanaians the impression say options need to pay. It's not. Oh, make catch a Ghana for. Make catch a Ghana for say Muma yen show lunch because problems are me see from problems a bit devil economy no. With me just 3 headlines. 1, lack of jobs, lack of ability of government to raise revenue, and lack of consistent inflow of foreign exchange.
Okay.
To solve our problem, one of the critical things is to solve the SME issue. To solve the SME issue. It's a transform economy. No, going to mean put in place program be solve SME, the use of fiscal policy, real solutions. That clearly, no, you have no business even put yourself up for. You don't forget about medicine.
But as a lawyer, but I've checked the full speech of Dr. Baumia. Quote paragraph 67. Okay, 67 no, and 64. Paragraph 64 no say I was thankfully appointed as chairman of the economic management team. As a subcommittee to cabinet, we do not have any decision-making powers, but I'm very proud of the quality of advice we have been providing over the years to cabinet. 67, no, he comes down to talk about identity fraud, age, cheating, football age, people.
64, 66. Can it start into also?
Okay, 65.
Where am I can crown?
Oh no, kind because about see the man was in.
One name dear Baumia. What by first state be what they call junk? What by inflation 15? What they call 54? And then about 26.
65 Nini.
65 or say as vice president I was asked by the president to assist in solving some of the problems that were inhibiting the transformation of Ghana's economy.
Yes.
My approach was to formalize the economy through digitalization as stated in our 2016 manifesto. This is why my office has had oversight responsibility for many of the...
So how do you understand this? No, how do you understand this? How do you understand this?
Lawyer.
No, how do you understand this? Yeah, no, but how do you understand this?
Really?
I say my tax was to solve the problem which were inhibiting the transformation. So how do you understand this?
Lawyer, don't.
To solve the problems which were inhibiting the transformation.
Yes.
The transformation of the economy.
Yes.
How do you understand that statement?
As vice president, I was asked by the president to assist in solving some of the problems. You see, I'm not really saying
It's a problem. Which are what?
Some of the problems
Which were inhibiting what? Which are inhibiting the what?
were inhibiting the transformation of Ghana.
Now, how does that?
Which problems were
Not all the
come on.
some of the problems.
I want to talk about
Some of the problems.
lawyer Jao.
It was not his job to transform the two which were inhibiting the economy.
Yeah.
And it was not his job.
Some of the problems inhibiting the economy.
Yeah.
The transformation of the transformation, and his approach was to do what?
Which problems will inhibit the economy?
And what did he say his approach was? Now you mentioned any approach.
Where his approach is.
What are you talking about?
Okay. Your time now, 1 minute.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah, 1
Very
minute.
well. Very well.
Yeah.
You see, I was hoping that I said an American, Honorable will say something different. Unfortunately, he didn't say it. Until even the press conference now, there were some questions he didn't even answer. In fact, on Newsfile, Samson Ladi admitted. So Obisa no question.
Yeah, 2 questions.
Why
But only
am I-
Bakwano and Ujaba.
So why am I here? Ask a direct question. He didn't answer the question. So what was the point? Over friends and Trump Fabania baby sao friend is saying Asemna Uyano. There was the point. In any case, it was that press conference. And we're exposing I catch a Ghana for say on the introduce you free SHS and you will. It was that press conference. I need you 1 minute.
You have 1 minute.
It was that press conference. And we're catching a Ghana for say National Health Insurance Scheme. And you end this in the introduce you here a disgrace. Total embarrassment. CJ, a young rehearsal lawyer Kassan, he spent all his time on Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. When there was also another candidate. Oh, please.
Yeah.
So, what's honorable? What's honorable? Clearly, a mark of arrogance and complacency. Or can be so the pen a mark of complacency and arrogance.
No, but leave that to them.
No, I need to tell Ghanaians a formula that they don't need to do anything. They don't need to prove anything.
2 minutes old.
Okay? And yes, they don't need to work for our votes. I'm just so the hopeful a walk in the park for that matter.
Okay.
So a debate is not even necessary. Unfortunately, I come in 30 seconds. I'm going Look, simple. It's manifestly clear that Dr. Mahmoud Baumia is the future of this country.
Masa, simple and straightforward. Meaning, baby, I'm not pay free. Oba can national have insurance and say John C on in the buy. Master, do you understand where the do you understand mutual and national? Do you know mutual? Now understand national. Won't tell us into the transit. I don't want to go there. And hear me. Number 2. Mr. Won't tell us and I know other. Master person said out person said now have me. Number 2. Oh Master.
Alaji Sifa Mami time now. Alaji.
Masa.
Na Kofi Alaji no.
Me pesa. And then the first time I'm in show. Na me tia point na.
Alaji etada mi timi chaba on so.
Mase asema wo kan say. Was he about baby sa handle something questions. And papa no misa wantimi answer 2 questions. Misa. And I'm just ma ba umi amra. No no so ma bisa ne wantimi ne manin answer. Yenya time mano. Enya only ba umi any jono. Hey, akwa we kura bedi akokura so no so as oba. There are so many others. Chiraboso mu nyina eba. Alanchamantin wo ho. Enti no masa. Yem forget about the problems. Say what about me creative problems.
Okay.
Mudi ya buying from inflation na baby ada. Go to buy it. Oh.
Alaji Sorogo me da say.
Wow, also man.
No. Oh no, Alaji. Okasa mama ni 3 mama 1.
No, can be bisa me see enya ne pa wi na mpesa me kira.
Yeah.
Wo kyerɛ me sɛ adɛnti ne yɛnkɔ debate ne yɛnkɔ ma Ghanafoɔ sɛ huni ne yɛpɛ ɛnam sɛ yɛnya ne ntorɔ na ɔbɛtorɔ no yɛnya ne ɛhia yɛn. Why do we have to go and kill him when we know na say John brought fear to
anything.
You
That's
see?
a disgrace and an embarrassment
You see?
for him to even.
2015 June.
Lawyer,
You are not
What do you
ever in
mean?
the country.
What do you mean I wasn't in the country?
Ghana for one day tell them we don't know full
Trump budget. That
You
kind of
never
forever.
introduce anything.
Oh,
That's a disgrace.
Lawyer.
lawyer
Lawyer, you have the platform.
is it clearly leadership political leadership
leadership are failing.
like credibility
I say credit.
Ghana for Montuma and John Kojo chairman now on create pacho o to make kasa w confidence kind of your
Kofi Ameyao.
anya market
Kofi, please.
on be creating government of national unity on MPP NDC now you building the right political culture Kroma say political culture unya kasa on interject we will use any time now you building your mind now be there you know leadership
106.3